Did you miss me? Because I sure miss y'all. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Scooter and we just here to play some catch up. It's been a while since we got to talk wrestling for a little bit. So we're gonna play catch up, but I gotta hit you with the intro first.
T.A.G.
Tag, very nice, very evil. Yeah, that's tag shit.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really.
First and foremost, I want to send my prayers, thoughts, and condolences to anyone who was affected, affected, or affected by Hurricane Beryl. She came through Houston, y'all, and she was not nice. There are still people without power. She came through Monday, and people are still without. I was fortunate enough that I wasn't that badly affected, but there are people that I know and people still around the city that are still being affected. So truly, truly, thoughts, prayers, condolences to anyone that is still being affected by Hurricane Beryl. With that being said, of course, with Hurricane Beryl coming through, it delayed me talking about Money in the Bank and Heat Wave. I never got a chance to talk about Forbidden Doors, so I'm gonna just talk about just stuff that's happening in wrestling. I have images for some. I don't have images for everything, but I'm gonna just talk. Let's do with the AEW side because they did have Forbidden Door and they have Blood and Guts. I want to say it will be next week. But AEW, you got MJF doing MJF things. He officially re-solidified himself as the heel, as the asshole, because a few weeks ago, he savagely beat the shit out of Daniel Garcia. Savagely. Matt Menard took some strays too, but Daniel Garcia got put down. And Wednesday on Dynamite is going to open up Dynamite 250, the 250th episode of Dynamite. Is going to open up with MJF versus Ospreay for the International Championship, and we see what happens there. But yeah, the Wolf of Wrestling, MJF, he has truly re-solidified himself as the asshole. No more Mr. Nice Guy. We also got Blood and Guts cooking. We got Team Elite, the Young Bucks, Okada, Scapegoat Jack Perry, and as we found out last week, Adam Hangman Page. And so far, Team AEW, the champ last week was saying, hey, how you gonna have a Team AEW and not have me? So we got Swerve Strickland, we got Jay Briscoe, and I forgot who the third was. Forgive me for not remembering off the top of my head. But so far, Team AEW only has 3 to the Elite 5. I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow night we find out the other members of Team AEW because Blood and Guts is next week. It's next week. And then moving on to Blood and Guts, we also have the results from the Owen Hart tournaments from the men and the women. As you can see here in this bloody image, Bryan Danielson won on the men's side. So officially at All In London, Swerve Strickland, American Dragon, Bryan Danielson for the AEW Championship. That match is surely to be fire. A banger, as Sheamus would say. I see that match being one of them ones. Now, this is Danielson's this is his last year being a full-time wrestler. Could he basically do the rest of this year as champ? Or will he come up short against Swerve? We shall see. And on the women's side, Mariah May won. And as you can see from this image, she won. Her and Tony went to go celebrate. She hit Tony with that championship and proceeded to beat the shit out of Tony. She was taking the heel, hitting it in the forehead. As you can see, the bloody image. I don't want to leave it up too long because I don't want the video to be removed. But yeah, she solidified that, hey, I'm not your little lackey anymore, Tony. I'm my own woman. So yeah, at All In London, Mariah May, Timeless Tony Storm. We will definitely see how that plays out because I am thoroughly intrigued with that one. Sorry for the just blank there. Willow Nightingale recently became the champion, the women's champion at CMLL. There was some things that happened with current champ Stephanie Vacker, which I'll get to momentarily. But her relinquishing the belt, being stripped from the belts, all of that. There was a triple threat match over the weekend where Willow came out on top. So she is now the champ over at CMLL. And I wonder, is this going to play into her rivalry with Chris Statlander? Because it is still there. So I wonder, is that going to play a role into things? Forbidden Door overall was not a bad pay-per-view. Of course, with AEW's pay-per-view, you have to go in knowing they're going to be long ones because you had a 2-hour buy-in, then you had the show. Between the buy-in and the show, 14 matches in total. 14 matches in total. We also saw on Forbidden Door that Tetsuya Naito regained the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship from Jon Moxley. Swerve retained against Ospreay. Jack Perry is now officially the TNT champion, which means all of the Elite has titles. All the Elite, dripping in gold. Okada, dripping in gold. The Bucks, dripping in gold. Scapegoat Jack Perry, dripping in gold. And there's other little things here and there going down in AEW. You have Roderick Strong now going. Roderick Strong will officially go against Jay Briscoe. Nope. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Mark Briscoe for the ROH Championship at Death Before Dishonor. Acclaim still has their tag team title shot against the Bucks. Officially, this past Collision, the Bang Bang Gang was stripped of the Trios Championships because they wouldn't let Juice Robinson replace the injured Switchblade. So Daniels stripped the belts from Bang Bang Gang. So officially, somewhere, I can't remember when they said, we will get the patriarchy. Christian Cage, Kill Switch, Nick Wayne versus the Guns and Juice to see who's going to be the Trios champions. I don't know right now if Okada has any challengers to the Continental Championship. It looked like it could be Pac, but we shall see. Jack Perry recently did a TNT Open challenge to the championship. Marco Stunt was the one that answered. Of course, he beat the shit out of Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt answered. I told you the women's title picture. Now, when it comes to the TBS championship, the CEO, Mercedes Moné, who's currently the TBS champion and the NJPW Strong Women's Champion, looks like she has a date with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who returned at Forbidden Door. And it looks like they are in a collision course for that TBS Championship at All In. But, once again, Dynamite 250, Mercedes got to get past Nyla Rose. We shall see. We shall see, but I'm pretty sure DMD versus CEO, All In London, is going down. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing Garcia and MJF at All In, especially the way MJF originally pitched that to Garcia, but then Ospreay came out, interrupted, and said, "Nah, bruh, you gonna fight me for this championship first." Of course, you still got Trent and OC going at it. I'm kind of interested to see where's the end game between Trent and OC, because they've been going back and forth. I'm kind of see where's the end game going to be in their whole rivalry, since they're best friends no more. And I'm trying to think before I move on, is there any other major stories that is going on in the AEW world that I am leaving out? But yeah, this Wednesday we got Dynamite 250. Depending on how that goes, I might try to do a quick tag on it. Don't hold me to it. I can't make promises. But hey, 250 episodes of Dynamite. Here's to 250 more. Straight up and beyond. 250 more and beyond. Now, earlier I mentioned Stephanie Vacker. Now, word around town is she just up and left. She was like, hey, I'm done with CMLL. I'm done with New Japan. I'm out. Now, allegedly, I am saying allegedly because there's a lot of things surrounding this. But the big story is it has something to do with her ex, I want to say boyfriend or husband, pretty much attempted murder. And from that situation, it seems a few of the superstars that are currently with AEW are in support of Stephanie's ex. And I'm going to assume that didn't sit right. So it was like she immediately dropped those belts. Boom, WWE. This past weekend, she recently had her first match in Mexico City where she took on Isla Dawn. Of course, she was victorious. But hey, I'm going to assume as well that they're going to put her in NXT, that they went ahead and just kind of gave her a filler while she was there to kind of see. But I wouldn't be surprised she'd go ahead and do a small little stint at NXT and then, go from there. You can go from there. Speaking of NXT, HBK has been down there cooking. He's been chefing. If you didn't see Heat Wave, every match was fire. Every match. Lola Vice, Roxanne Perez, fire. Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, fire. Possibly one of the best matches of the night. My favorite match of the night, Big Oba Femi, Wesley, fire. Chase U versus Axum and Frazier, fire. I feel like there was another match before the Fatal 4-Way. Oh, pre-show. Carmen Petrovic, Ariana Grace versus JC Jane and Jasmine Nix, fire. And then the Fatal 4-Way between the champ, Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Javon Evans, he's bouncy, and the chairman, Sean Spears, fire. Every match on that card was fire. And I really do feel like I'm forgetting a match. But I don't think I am now. Fire. The whole card was fire. Now, if you didn't see the match, Ethan Page is the new NXT champion. Only because Trick Willie hit the trick knee on Javon. Javon's out. He hits the trick knee on Ethan Page. Ethan Page falls on Javon. Sean Spears is pulling Trick out the ring. 1, 2, 3. Ethan Page is champ. Damn. Now we're in the midst of trying to figure out, is Trick gonna get his rematch? That title picture is a weird one. And when I say what's been unique is that the partnership between between TNA and NXT has been crazy. You had the No Quarter Catch crew recently on TNA. You also had a few weeks ago Jordan Grace. Izzy Dane just showed up over there. And then this past Tuesday, Trick was supposed to team up with Javon to fight Spears and Page. Javon was taken out by Brooks Jensen, and then Trick needed a partner. He said his name, and boy, did he appear. Yes, Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Was Trick Willie's tag team partner last Tuesday. Then we also had an emotional moment with Wesley. Wesley came to the ring and he was like, I failed to regain the NXT North American Championship. I don't know what to do. And right when he was about to quit, the music of MSK hit. And not only did we get Zachary Wentz, but as you can see, Trey Miguel, the Rascals was reunited on NXT TV. And not only that, but I love the way they broke it down. Because Trey and Zach are still TNA, but I love the way they broke it down. They was like, hey, when it's me and Zach, MSK. When it's the three of us, the Rascals. And the Rascals tonight on NXT will be taking on Gallus. Sean is cooking. He is cooking. The women title picture, now that Lola has officially lost and Roxanne is kind of looking for a challenger now. Roxanne at this point is like, who next? Who next? Whomst is next? Because I have defeated all of these people, Ava. Who next? Obafemi is taking on Duke Hudson tonight for the North American Championship. And I'm pretty sure Oba is like, who next after I take out Duke? Axel and Frazier just got off of defending the belts against Chase U. So they're kind of still waiting to see who's next to challenge. Kalani Jordan has kind of just with the Soul Ruka, so she's waiting for her next challenger. But they cooking. They cooking down there in NXT. And boy, oh boy, I cannot wait. And of course, let's get to WWE. Now, of course, as you can see, Drew McIntyre won the men's Money in the Bank. It's Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton won the women's. Now, if you didn't watch Money in the Bank, the card wasn't bad overall, but of course the excitement was with the Money in the Bank matches. Now, the controversy surrounding here is the fact that Drew won, and later on when it was Seth versus Damian, Drew came in, cashed in, made it a triple threat. Well, of course, the ultimate hater shows up and CM Punk messed all that up to where Damian retained. Now, of course, the controversy is a lot of people are upset at the fact that, the Money in the Bank was wasted. The briefcase could have went to one of the other men. And look at, upon thinking about it, and I saw somebody's post on it. Let me see if it's in this phone. And if it is, I will read it. But I will paraphrase because I do want to give credit to the individual. Okay. This was by Babysat Bonnet. If you motherfuckers, and I'm reading her stuff word for word, if you motherfuckers actually paid attention, they kept bringing up the cash-in rate of the men's briefcase for a reason. They told you from the jump that whoever was going to cash in, whoever won was going to have an unsuccessful cash in, which they kept mentioning that it was an 80% success rate. The women are still 100, but the men are at an 80. Once Drew was added to the match, you knew where this was going. Punk already said oh Lord. Punk already said he would do whatever it takes to keep Drew from being champion. So stopping Drew from getting that briefcase wasn't enough. Punk wanted to fuck up the cash in, and he did. He did. Seth was collateral damage in this, which reignited their feud that was stalled out because Punk is glass. He was, because his peck, he got injured. Triple H is very obvious. He doesn't spoon feed you, but he gives you enough clues to know where he's going with the story. A lot of you either don't know how to read, or so brain fried from the years of Vince booking, or just a bunch of stubborn twats with your fantasy booking. Baby satin bonnet, y'all. And I kind of agree. Not the brain fried and all that, but I kind of agree. Punk wanted to make sure that Drew's life was going to be hell. And from that, I'm going to let you win that briefcase. I'm going to let you cash it in, but I'm going to fuck it up. And fuck it up, he did. Drew went off. He elbowed Adam Pearce, all of that stuff, to where Adam Pearce suspended him. He suspended him. Now, this past Monday, he basically told Punk to stay home while he tried to talk to Drew. And he was like, Drew, I know you didn't mean what you did. It's all good. It's cool. Just, chill out. But at the same time, there was a couple of refs that was caught in the crossfire. Why don't you go ahead and hit him with an apology and, we can move forward. Drew looked, fuck them refs. Not only that, but he started going off, and in retrospect, Drew was right. He may be the quote unquote bad guy or whatever, but he's right. He's getting screwed left and right, and this and the third. And you want me to apologize to some refs that got in my way when I was ranting? Fuck that and fuck them. So Pierce was like, you know what? You're still suspended then. You're still suspended. The Wyatt Six have been giving cryptic videos for Cole, and boy, they have been some just heavy stuff. The first video had to deal with the fact that Bo Dallas was talking about Bray's death. Then it was a next video about, who are you? The third video was basically him saying he got the family that, people forgot, unwarranted and things like they were unwanted and things like that. And this past Monday, Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan's video, if you know, and if you don't, I'm going to tell you. Eric Rowan lost Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee, and of course Bray Wyatt. And watching his video was tough. It was tough. It was like, whoo, hold it together. Hold it together. Then Chad Gable was like, I'm gonna call out Bo Dallas, and Chad in the ring like, hey y'all, I figured out who Uncle Howdy is. It's Bo Dallas. I know. Yeah. And he called out Bo Dallas, and then next thing you know, his new goon squad with the Creeds, they all jumped on Bo. The whole time Bo laughing at him. Then eventually the music hits. You see the silhouette of the other four. They got the fuck out of Dodge. So it looks like we're gonna get Chad Gable and the Creeds versus Bo Dallas and either Gacy, Loomis, or Rowan. We will see. We will see. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down at SummerSlam. Also was heating up. You have the women's division on both. Now, of course, with Nia winning Queen of the Ring, SummerSlam, as you can see, we're gonna get Bayley versus Nia Jax. Now, funny thing is, this past SmackDown, Tiffy tried to joke around with the cash in, and Nia was like, hey, what are you doing? We supposed to be girls. What's happening? How you gonna try to cash in? And Tiffy was like, hey, I'm just playing. I joke, I kid. Then, of course, not this past Monday, but last Monday, There was a mixed tag team match. Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega. Dominic and Liv got the victory with Dominic finally pinning Rey. And Dominic was kind of on top of Liv, like they was about to celebrate. Mommy's music hit, and Dominic was as pale as a ghost. This past Monday, Rhea was like, hey, Liv, I want my title back, and I'm trying to beat that ass. Dominic is in his best Eddie Guerrero, trying to smooth up, kind of like what Eddie did to China. And also at SummerSlam, we're getting Rhea Ripley going against Liv Morgan because Rhea wants her belt back. Also, with Damian retaining, he's on a collision course with a ring general, Gunther. They had a pretty interesting back and forth yesterday where it sounded a little, it was some terms and phrases thrown around by Gunther where it sounded a little like, hey, Gunther, you coming off a little, just kind of, chill out, Gunther. Chill out, Gunther. Just chill out. Chill. But yes, they are on a collision course. And it seems like on the SmackDown side, the Bloodline beat the trio of Kevin Owens, RKO. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. So it looks like we're going to get Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Will we get a returning tribal chief with his wise man? We shall see. But things are heating up on the WWE side. And we'll see where everything goes. But yeah, so I just wanted to come through, kind of do some little catching up, kind of, speak on some things because I didn't get a chance to due to Barrel and everything. So hopefully things can get regular again, and we'll see. Hopefully I can do a quick tag on Dynamite 250. We'll see what that goes. I know the next pay-per-view will be SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam is the next pay-per-view with August 3rd. And then you have All In later on. I want to say it was August 26th. But I know next week we do have Blood and Guts, which of course is a themed Dynamite. And yeah, wrestling is cooking. Whether it's WWE, and of course the umbrella being NXT, AEW, TNA, New Japan, everywhere. Wrestling is cooking. This is a great time to be a wrestling fan. You know how they like to say wrestling fans is eating good? Wrestling fans is eating good. If you are a fan of just wrestling altogether, we're eating good. We had Io Sky return to Japan to wrestle a match. We had AJ Styles go to Japan to just wrestle a match. Wrestling, we are eating good in the wrestling world. If you want to stick to just one brand promotion, that's you. But if you just love it all, we're eating good on the wrestling side. Now, before I go, I do want to address, I am no longer the predictions champion. I know. I am an 11-time champ. I have lost the title to Juggs once again. It's fine. At Money in the Bank, the returning Lip Dizzle, aka Lip Deasley, won the tag Money in the Bank. So we'll see what he does. Hopefully he doesn't fuck it up like Juggs did. Yeah, I'm taking shots. But as of now, I am titleless. The greatest tag predictions champ in history is in the hunt. It's in the chase. But it's fine. Because like Thanos, I am an inevitability. Reign number 12 will happen soon. It will happen soon. Whether it's SummerSlam, All In, All Out, Bad Blood, Halloween Havoc, whatever happens, we have a lot of wrestling between here and the end of the year. And I'm coming for number 12. But shout outs to my tag brethren, Lip Dizzle, Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic. And current champ, Juggernaut 097. And thank you, lovely people, for watching. And until next time, love one another, take care of one another, look out for your own mental and physical health, and possibly the next person's, friends, family, loved ones. Let's all love each other. Let's all, you know what I'm saying? Let's all do this thing called life together. And, I got to warm it up because it's been a little bit. We got to sign out with this. And until next time, of course, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. But until the next time, you got to tag out. Let you feel it for a second. Let you bow. Peace.